Yes, should we address the elephant in the room?
Elephant?
What elephant, bruv?
Noel Clarke.
God damn.
Oh, what an elephant.
Yeah, there's a lot of talks.
Nasty elephant?
Yeah, I guess you can say so.
Yeah.
You know, even though some may say
Allegations. Innocent until proven guilty.
That's the one.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're aware of the allegations, unless you've been living under a rock.
I was in the film community. I know that was behind the scenes. People were like, yo, have you seen this? I'm sure those conversations have been had.
No, well, I don't know. I just know what I saw on Guardian.
Yeah.
So
Can I just ask though, like you being a director,
and
him being quite a big director in the UK, but I feel like to some people they didn't realize how big he actually is.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
In the industry, is he seen as like a top dog?
I think anyone that gets to a certain level, especially let's talk about from black people's perspective, especially because there's not a lot of execs or producers that are like high up. That's just a matter of fact, right? So I think anyone that gets to a certain level is looked at with a certain you're up there. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think he has done enough to be looked up to. You know,
he's the go-to guy when it comes to the black stuff.
In terms of films, especially
was it Kidulthood,
3 films, 4.
Brotherhood,
No, not even 4 films. There's films
trilogy
that we don't even know about that probably made it more money. Do you get what I mean?
Course,
like those horror films, and things he's done. So
did he do there was one film that he'd done, where I think it was like London in the Future.
I can't remember.
I'm not sure if it was him, but Bashi was in it. It was a
I know
UK
you're talking
film.
about.
That's what I mean. There's films
like,
that you just.
Stuff,
that's what I'm saying, bro. There's films that we don't even know where he's
and
probably
then
getting.
TV, we've got Viewpoint.
Yeah.
You've got obviously Doctor Who.
Like that.
You've got Bulletproof.
Yeah.
There was even Losi's got a film or had a film that's meant to be coming out recently called, I think it's Music, Trial and Trauma.
Right.
Which his production company was dealing with and sorting out, but that's obviously been scrapped for now because of the allegation. That for me, aside from of course the most heinous stuff we have to deal with what's happened to these women, that also for me was the sad thing. I was like, all these other people are now affected. So Viewpoint gets cancelled. For now, Bulletproof I think is on hold. Yeah. Obviously Lowski's thing's on hold. Any other projects that they're probably trying to get off the ground, like you can't touch because of his name's attached to it. Yeah. You know, so other people have to suffer, but it's just the unfortunate thing that has to happen whilst this thing is going on. You know?
Yeah.
The industry's moved quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Moved super quick.
So obviously to our listeners, for those that may not know, Noel Clarke, the Guardian had broke the story because I think they had launched an investigation on him because he's been accused of groping, harassment and bullying by 20 women. It says here, actor producer categorically denies allegations from all 20 women. This is when the story first broke. BAFTA suspends Outstanding Contribution Award and actors membership. I know that we briefly discussed his speech at the BAFTAs. A week or so later, it's all come crashing down. Alleged misconduct, including claims he secretly filmed naked audition. That's crazy. Doctor Who and Kidulthood star allegedly showed colleagues sexually explicit photos and videos of women.
When you see 20 on a page, it jumps out. That's what it is like.
And you
when
know
I
what
see
they
that,
say,
I'm
there's
like,
no smoke without fire.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to sit here and say, oh, we have to wait until the full story comes out. And of course we do. We want to hear all the stories, but at the same time, it's like there's no part of my brain that's like, I don't believe the 20 women.
No, of course.
Because it's such a large number.
But one or two is more than enough. That's too many. Yeah. When you see 20, I'm like, fam, you was like a serial offender.
Yeah. So when it gets to that number, I just can't help but think there must be more.
Yeah, you're done out here.
Haven't come out.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
You know?
That's scary. Yeah.
And the scarier part is that he's managed to silence a lot of these people for years on end.
Yeah.
What was more scary for me was obviously it was the Guardian article which we all saw, but Michaela Cole
Yeah.
had tweeted
Quickly.
it out. And she tweeted that initially with no added comments. And that for me was telling, because obviously her history and her show May I Destroy You.
With no added comments, what do you mean?
As in, so like, you know, like when you just tweet an article,
Yeah.
you
No
don't add
caption.
no caption. You didn't
Okay.
So it was she just tweeted the article,
Yeah.
and obviously loads of retweets. It gains more traction.
Yeah.
But the reason I say for me, like I could just be clutching straws. Say why I felt was telling was because obviously she's been victim to sexual assault and abuse, and obviously we got the amazing May I Destroy You. But I just felt it was very telling that she was the person first that I saw to tweet that with no added commentary, and I started thinking, and so I hope that her and Noel haven't worked at any point together, because that would be very worrying to me.
But she did release a statement.
Yeah.
Which
Where
I
she
have
was
here.
putting her support behind.
Yeah, I'm here
behind
to
all the
offer
women.
great support for the 20 brave women who have come forward, those who have shared their identities with us, but also those who have preferred to use an alias. The mental hurdles a black woman must overcome to do such a thing as reveal their identity within a narrative of rape, abuse, or bullying at the hands of someone within our own community can sometimes be too much. Speaking out about these incidents takes a lot of strength because some call them grey areas. They are, however, far from grey. These behaviours are unprofessional, violent, and can destroy a person's perception of themselves, their place in the world, and their career irreparably. I've shared to show solidarity, to express the belief in them, and to stand with them in their indignation. I applaud The Guardian and its journalists for investigating and publishing this story. Michaela Cole.
Your profound words, man. I don't think there's anything you can say against that. And yeah, these women need support. It is just shit that we don't know for sure.
Yeah.
We can all just obviously give our 2 pence and our thoughts and our feelings. But I think you said something earlier that I think about, I don't know which one of you two said it, about how swiftly they moved.
Yeah.
But I find that very interesting because when you read the article and you do a bit more research, apparently BAFTA knew and had known for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely were aware before he
absolutely.
got the award. So
yeah, I think they had like anonymous messages.
Yeah,
or
they had a
something
few
like
emails,
that.
and maybe on their end it's like maybe that's not enough, but it wasn't like an unknown thing, innit? And I wasn't aware of this, but apparently years ago, Adam Deacon had been blew the whistle on my man.
Yeah.
And come out and spoken against him, and he wasn't believed, and we all saw his struggles with regards to mental health and a lot of the things he had to go through, and kind of like vanish into obscurity a little bit. And I hope he does come back into that space, because I feel he has stuff to offer. But he came out and released a statement. It was almost like, not I told you, but almost a bit of vindication. Like, I don't know if you got
his
it.
recent?
He released a statement.
I saw that.
He
actually.
said, I would like to start by saying that I stand by all the women who have spoken out and told of their harrowing experiences with Noel Clarke. I wholeheartedly believe every single word, and I hope that anyone who has yet to come forward with information will be listened to. I myself have been a victim of Noel Clarke for 15 years. My career was continually sabotaged, and the gaslighting became so severe that it led to the complete breakdown of my mental health. As you will know, I have spoken out regarding this man's sociopathic behavior on multiple occasions, but my claims were always dismissed. People dealing with mental health may at times explain things differently, but they should still be believed. I only wish that everyone had taken more notice of my words. His horrific abuse of power could have been stopped before it affected so many others. I'm now looking towards a fresh start and focusing all my time and energy on my acting career. So, it's just another case of like, being silenced when someone's at the top, and you know, you don't have that much of a voice, I guess, to a point where it messed up his mental health, and I guess he was kind of blackballed because he may have been made to seem crazy by Noel Clarke.
I think for me, all of this is, these kind of things are just scary, especially when you have, like my sister's in the industry. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I think, like, now it seems like things are getting better because people are feeling a bit more confident to speak out, and things seem to be you know, it seems like things are being done about, like people are taking action on actually doing something with it. But I still think the industry, we still have a long way to go in terms of like safeguarding people and having certain practices on set. Like I've never heard of a naked audition. Like that was
crazy.
Like, I haven't heard of that. Crazy. So I mean, you know, there needs to be a better way of doing things.
What does better safeguarding look like to you? What things can you, from someone that's on the inside?
So I haven't been in the industry that long in terms of working on so many projects where I can be like, this is how you handle a sex scene, for example, right? Okay, yeah. I haven't done that. Do you get what I mean? Like, but I mean, I do know that there's what do they call them? I forgot the word, but there's people that you can have that kind of work as in-betweeners for the director.
Intermediary type of thing.
Yeah, but there's a word for intimacy
consultant,
intimacy directors or something like that, right?
Horny ass, horny man.
Yeah, there's something like I can't remember the word, but let's just say intimacy directors or something like that, where they work in between, like they work with the director and with the actors to kind of make the set feel safer. Like if the actor might not feel comfortable, or if so they don't make the director feel like they're being difficult. You know, they might be able to now communicate these things.
Things like I don't know anything. So closed sets, that type of
things
thing.
Like that. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah, that's even the right wording, bro. But yeah, like
that. You're secretly on set and that, yeah.
Jeez. But yeah, so things like that, or being very clear as a director, like, look, like, this is what we would want from you. Do you feel comfortable, or having closed sets, or a smaller amount of people on set, or just handling things in a particular way that people might have disregarded before?
Because I feel like there are, on a certain level, those that are going to cross the line and do the mad thing. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying here? Are always going to do the mad thing, and unfortunately, it is really sad to say out loud like this. A lot of those guys are still going to do what they're going to do in it. It's just about trying to make it as hard as possible for them. But for the rest of us who are just trying to make sure that women's voices are heard and they have better experiences in the workplace.
Yeah.
Best practice list of this is what you to look out for. So like I said, you've never heard of naked auditions. I've not worked on sets like that, so I would know. But when I read the article, that sounds mad to me. Like, you don't need to get naked to.
Yeah, like what's.
Yeah, come on.
You know.
And the accusation, if true, of secretly recording someone and then showing other people, you violate that person on all levels.
Yeah.
Even if it's just that one you're guilty for, you're done out here.
Isn't that like a form of revenge porn?
Yeah, that's with regards to, I think criminal proceedings have started with regards to Noel Clarke, so it will be interesting to see where that goes to. And a lot of these things, like your Bill Cosby's, all these bigger guys and that, you might see like 30, 40, 50, whatever. All you need is one or two, and that's usually what it is. With one or two of the women who will actually, it'll be their accusation is what will go to court, and then you get a conviction.
Because we saw that immediately after the news broke, he strongly denied all the allegations. Yeah. And a couple of days later, he was like, he's going to go and seek help.
Yeah.
So... Yeah.
But what are you seeking help for?
The mad thing is that if when
him
you
not being him not being aware
of his action and his behavior, like, so it was almost like I might not know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
But
you know, like
it was the devil, as they say in the church.
It's kind of like a cop out, sort of thing.
Because I did see an apology. There was an apology somewhere.
Yeah, because you can't go from strongly denying to then 2 days later saying that.
My bad.
I may have hurt you, but I don't know. But I'm gonna go seek help about it.
Yeah. I'd rather you stand in like the wrong and strongness than do that. Personally, for me,
because it's a slap in the face.
Yeah.
And I think the mad thing as well is when you look at people that aren't women, especially, that would be experiencing this and they're not in the industry as well. Do you get what I mean? Like, because. Like, so hopefully these kind of things that are happening and with it being brought to light is going to have like a knock-on effect just in general. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? Because
I think it's starting,
you won't get that much like someone in like an office job is not I don't know if they'll get in the Guardian for
I see
something
what you
they're
mean,
going
yeah,
through.
of course,
That's what I meant, and
Yeah.
it's like, so hopefully this just, as you said, like creates like a better environment just in general in like office and
What
I think it
happens
creates.
then?
Go on, Van, sorry.
What then happens
Yeah.
if he beats the case? Let's say, hypothetically speaking.
So for the people that sit there and go innocent until proven guilty, they're maybe vindicated. You
Yeah,
also,
what would it look like?
but you also get the argument that just because you beat your case in criminal court
Yeah,
doesn't mean you are, because the court of public opinion and social media,
yeah,
once you're guilty to them, innit?
yeah.
And we see many people, we know people that bust case that did it.
Right,
On many levels,
everyone's
so-
put out statements.
Yeah, 'cause there's
He
murmurs
put
of,
out
like,
a bit
you know-
of an apology, I
Yeah.
guess it was like a half apology. He's lost the BAFTA record. Like,
Everything's
it's,
come crashing down.
You know, like,
and it's
so,
peak for him at home
£1 million house as well.
with his wife and
Yeah.
kids and that.
Yeah.
yeah.
But with
It's
scandal with men,
disappointing.
a lot of times they do, women around them do close rank. So it
What,
wouldn't
like,
surprise
fall
me.
in line?
Yeah, no, what for fall in line, like, this is an attack on us.
Right.
And if they get through the scandal,
Yeah, because there's murmurs like, oh yeah, they're just trying to bring a black man down. He was just about to have a primetime TV show.
Someone said, shout out to Satya, I love you lots. Yeah, she said, was he about to buy ITV? I always look for the funnies in these things, because remember Bill Cosby was like, he's about to buy CBS and that.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. So
Yeah. No, that was funny.
That's
Big up-
decent.
big up
That's
Satya
good
still.
humor. Shout out to Satya. I like that. That's a good little bit.
Yeah, I did see like, a bit of that, and because of the way how everyone denounced him so quickly within like an hour.
Yeah.
They
Like,
had to do because
from your peers to like networks and
Actually,
corporations.
Bro,
Actually, just
20
bought a new house
Bro,
with a family.
like,
You're not about to
do you
mess
know
up his
what I'm saying?
bag.
Bro,
You're not about to mess
20
up
is
the
a
bag.
it's a big number. It's
Yeah,
a big
20 is a
number.
huge
2
number as well.
is a big
like,
number. 1
bro,
is a
I'm
big
like,
number.
I'm sorry.
Do you get?
I can't.
Right now, the block is hot. It's hot. So until you figure this out, I'm over here.
Not even that. Because if you did that shit, that's it.
Of course. But at the core of it, being a bit of a pessimist,
Yeah.
I think that's where a lot of it comes from. And
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
unfortunate thing, because some people will then be in the comments like, oh, you knew anyway, you're just speaking up. Because that's why it's shit, because I could be wrong, and I probably am. Actually, may just be sat there and be like absolutely appalled by these accusations.
Yeah.
And that's how he genuinely feels. But when you do get the press release,
Man
why-
just bought a 10-room house like in the sticks.
that's when you start
Big ass
going, oh,
garden.
my
Nah,
man ain't
brother.
trying to mess up his own bag. But no, you could genuinely feel like this is a madness, bro.
Yeah.
You don't know what conversations people had privately and what could have been said, whatever. But I also need to be shown, because I feel like, even though I know what my stance in regards to like interactions with women, but the state of affairs we're in is so dire that for some women, silence is being complicit. So if you don't say anything, if you don't come out and say, this is my stance, to them, you're just as bad as them man over there. And if you don't want to be grouped with them man over there, prove yourself to me. And some people don't like that kind of thought process, but I do get it.
Yeah.
Because that's how maybe I am, not maybe, a lot of the time I'm like with regards to race relations. Show me you're a good white. show me. Prove yourself. That's where I am. Like, them man are over there going to clan rallies and that. What are you doing in your private time?
Yeah.
No, come out, man. I need to see you as well. What's going on?
Brazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So-
an interesting point.
We live in extremes, so
Because-
I'm under attack right now, so I need to know what's going on.
But then you know what I find interesting? I'm going off subject here,
No,
so
we're
it's
going
not
off subject.
it's not completely on the
Noel
subject,
Clarke, but
because
yeah.
I don't want to make it like I'm being insensitive
Of
with
course.
that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, say for example though, like when people look at certain people's moves, like it is like, so say, I don't know, when trying to see if this point even makes sense, but like say Jay-Z when he was working with the American football,
Okay,
or something
with the
like that,
NFL.
Yeah.
is like, sometimes, do you feel like sometimes people are doing things that maybe just wider people might not get what they're actually trying to do,
Yeah,
or
times.
that they may do stuff in their own way?
Okay, I think you're saying
Do you get my point?
I
Sorry,
get your point,
I articulated that really bad.
No,
but like,
so stuff gets presented to us, and we might not always get it. So like,
Yeah.
if I'm tying into like, the Asher D thing,
Yeah.
like,
Knee-jerk reaction.
Donnie, like I keep saying, his words may ring true. What he said in black and white is genuinely how he feels.
Yeah.
But because of how extreme things are,
Yeah.
we look and go and we draw our own conclusion. Like, he's only saying this because he's bought the 10
Yeah,
bedroom
or
house
like,
and
or someone like might be like, you might want someone to articulate something and be vocal,
of course,
but
yeah.
behind the scenes, maybe
doing way
they've done
Yeah.
something else
Of course
that has like. So I think like social media and the way that people are now, it seems like there's only one way to be vocal.
Okay, I'm with you. So
That's
if
kind
you're
of
not
what
coming
I'm
out
getting at.
and like stating your stance with regards to trigger warning calls, rape, sexual assault, etc.,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah.
But behind the scenes, you can be doing great work and you
There
can
might
be
be things
teaching
you're
your
doing-
next
yeah.
generation. Because at the end of the day, like, it starts at home essentially, and at
Yeah.
home is your wider community.
Yeah.
Before I come on social media and start preaching and getting on my soapbox about like what we need to do as men, what am I doing for myself, accountability wise? What am I doing for the young guys? I know guys directly around me, like within touching distance.
Yeah.
What conversation are we having? Because at the end of the day, I think I can impact change quicker and better with those people straight away,
Yeah.
rather than just being online and
Yeah.
And that might be your method,
Yeah.
as opposed to putting up
A statement.
a black square or this or a different
Okay, yeah,
square
yeah.
or a statement where people might,
I'm
you
with
know,
I'm-
people
I'm-
might look at that and be like, yeah, he's down for the cause, and then you're doing nothing.
And like I
bro.
said, we've
You're
had
at
many
home
guys who've
doing-
done that.
Yeah.
Lip service is easy, and then you
Yeah.
find that people aren't living their raps in it. So, but I think because the situation is so dire,
Yeah.
there are people of that school of thought that they feel like they need to see that.
Yeah.
And some people have
because,
have a responsibility, I guess,
Yeah,
right?
and there is a call
yeah.
like for men to be a lot more vocal by calling out their peers, you know.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, it could be an example of me working with someone and finding out that there's so many allegations against them, and what they're being accused of is so far removed from my moral compass, I can't even comprehend
Yeah.
the other person's thought process of doing all these things.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna naturally pull myself away from that,
Yeah.
you know, and publicly call out, because, bro, this is not what I fuck with,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah.
But there's many ways to say cliche
Yeah.
statement to skin a cat.
Yeah,
So,
no, it's
yeah.
just I just find it interesting because I do see the point. I completely get speaking out. I'm just
Yeah.
I wasn't, so it's not just about I
No,
wasn't talking about
I
the Noel
understand.
thing, because I think that's a
It
different
applies-
it's a
it
different
applies
thing.
socially,
But it's just I find it interesting
and it's good
because
to have a wider conversation on
yeah,
this
like just
particular
in
thing as well.
general, because I find it interesting because sometimes I've seen people get dragged for not saying something, but I might see them at a protest or something. Do you get what I mean?
Doing
the
the
groundwork,
And
yeah,
they're not
footwork.
like, or I might see them doing this, or
It's a toxic relationship.
might
Like,
donate,
we're
so
on
I
edge
find
when
it
these things
interesting.
happen, innit?
Yeah.
So we've seen it play out with like a No Name and J. Cole. It's probably like one of the
Oh,
biggest
yeah.
famous examples. But
Right.
you don't know what No Name's doing behind closed doors. You don't really know what J. Cole's
Yeah.
doing. So like
Yeah.
we're on a knife edge, and what then happens is we start bumping heads and like fighting
Yeah.
against each other. When really
You're
we have
damned
like
if you do, damned if you don't, because like, you know, whenever someone's doing something, you may always be accused of being performative,
yeah.
you know, because like you could have a method of doing something and you're showing the people like, look, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Someone may call that performative, like, you know, you're only doing this because, but then if you
100%.
don't do it, yo, what are you really doing?
But you know what? A good rebuttal to the performative accusation is
Mm.
that it's telling for that person that the only plausible way you could have this stance is because you're performing for the crowd.
Yeah.
It hasn't even registered in their mind that it's possible for you to not fuck with this racism, sexism, homophobe, whatever it is in the
Yeah,
schism.
yeah, absolutely.
So I think that for me is the perfect rebuttal. That all you're doing for me is telling on yourself.
Yeah.
And it's that you're just saying that's a performance because you know you haven't even your mind hasn't even gone there that Donny or Donette could even be on the wavelength of like
Yeah, and do you know what? Being a public figure when these things come out is stress, because everything that you do has to be in public.
yeah, people turn their comments off quick.
Yeah, immediately.
It's
Bro,
in PR
because-
behind the scenes.
Hey man, and you got people that got bots working as well. Like,
Yeah.
so
But
you're
you're
just
right.
getting
It's like
spammed and
whatever you
everything.
do, there'll be people that love it, people that hate it. You know, the way you do it. So I think at the end of the day, you just have to stick to what's true to you and just know in your heart what you're doing, you know, is the right thing, I guess, man.
Yeah.
It's because you're never gonna please everyone with how
it's
how you
impossible.
approach things, man.
And
And you know what, like, if you're a public
Yeah.
figure, yeah, sometimes, like, you know, you have your inspirations of people that are within your field in what you do, but sometimes look up to the people that have clean PR runs. Never have a scandal.
Yeah.
Move like them, bro.
Yeah.
That should be your role model.
Yeah. People are saying though that, like, obviously, you know how we go, like, in the internet, we go off on little tangent and like, we should have known from how well he played his role in Kidulthood and that.
Oh yeah. He was a bully in that one, boy.
We were a madman in that. So
So, they're starting the memes already.
listen, no matter how crazy the story is, we're gonna find the funnies.
Yeah.
Never let go of the
I
find the
think
funnies.
memes got us through COVID.
Yeah, find the
Oh,
funnies, bro.
meme culture is like one of the greatest things that internet has given us.
Yeah.
Bro, there's that meme of Donnie just walking into a room and he's scowling at everyone. Donnie was a terrorist. Like, there's the backstory of a lot of these memes. There's like the meme of what's the old? There's like the white guy with the bald head, and he said, "Listen, I can't go on," or so. Like, and he's actually a paedophile. Like, you know them paedophile hunters. And they call him.
Well, right.
Yeah. I might not have said that's what he said correctly, but like, we use
Yeah,
that
yeah.
as a meme or like a video to be funny with. But the backstory for a lot
Yeah,
of
that's
these
quite
things
deep.
aren't funny.
Yeah, that's mad.
But how we work online is, as long as it's funny, we're going with it. Find the funnies, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, you
That's
know,
like
stuff
the Michael
Vine
Jordan
and-
meme, innit? He's
Yeah.
busy crying about his father's death, I
Yeah.
think, that meme, and people were just using that to...
Crazy.
Oh,
Yeah,
because his eyes
it's
were
mad.
as red as the Chicago Bulls jersey.
You see? Look at him.
Nah, I love people.
Funny. Oh.